So you guys can see the Scrum board, right? Or excuse me, the Lean Coffee. I'm just sharing my screen so everybody can see that.
Yep.
On the same. Excellent. All right. Can everybody been able to vote? Anybody need more time? Awesome. Got lots of good topics here. Is everybody good with starting the conversation?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. All right. How to build coaching skills. Who wants to start with that one?
Whose question is this? So
I think actually I put it on there, Rohit. I guess I was just thinking about, I know Rohit, you were there with Alicia. She had talked a little bit about the coaching agile teams competency. I was wondering if people had, I know I've read that book and kind of, I haven't gone through the training, but that's a good framework, but I didn't know if other people had other frameworks they've worked through or types of coaching skills that they've worked on or had, you know, techniques to build those, some of those.
I've got the book and I'm beginning to read it. And it's only because of my contact with Agile Online Summit. And I saw the video recording from yesterday or the day before, which spurred my interest in this. So I've been watching some videos and I'm at the very beginning of, you know, formal coaching learning. So I'm interested in this subject as well.
I think I can add like joining the coaching circles. I mean, it's more of a professional coaching, but we can have agile coaching circle as well. And I have joined and I did my first coaching session yesterday. I think it was Tuesday, yeah. And it's quite good. So we all talk to each other. We go in the breakout room. You know, there are some coaching circles where you use one become a coachee, one become a coach, and then we swap the roles. And other coaching circles, everyone has become observer, and then one coachee and one coach, and then we talk. So it helps improve your skills because, and then obviously everyone gives feedback, and then you can learn a lot from there. So what you were missing, where you were wrong, where you were right, you know, how we can improve. That helps a lot, and everything is quite in a safe environment. So so which is good, I think, yeah.
And that's called a coaching circle?
Yeah, so because a lot of because you can find a lot of LinkedIn people doing a lot of coaching circles from Scrum Lions, you know, and then there's another agile coaching circle. They do European, on the American and Asian time zones, so which is very good, yeah. And then agile coaches or even sometimes professional coaches come, you know, on those circles, so which helps a lot, yeah.
Hmm.
I can send the link. Yeah.
And you get actual practice then, which sounds
yes, actual practice. Yeah, actual practice. Yeah, and I think we learn a lot from there. And then obviously with the teams you work with, you can probably speak to your team, you know, members, saying, guys, if you need anything, I'm happy to. If you're not at the agile coaching role at the moment, but more of a Scrum Master. But even though Scrum Master is a coach as well, right? So yeah, so. Don't know what happened with the new Scrum Guide. I haven't read it yet, so. So.
I skimmed through it yesterday. It looks like that's one of our topics. So
Yeah. So I put it there. Yeah. So this is what I would recommend as well, because I'm seeing even doing the first session and listening to others is quite helpful.
awesome.
Please share the link here, please.
Yeah,
That would
sure.
be
Let
helpful.
me find it. Yeah.
Anybody else have thoughts on how to build the coaching skills?
No, that's a valid question because I have worked as a Scrum Master, but like slowly I kind of, if I'm moving towards more of an coaching, agile coach job title, right? I'll be interested to know, like, what's the difference between, that's what my topic is, kind of what's the difference between an agile coach versus, they call it sometimes, senior scrum master, who's actually helping out multiple teams in terms of being a scrum master, but how does those key responsibilities, day-to-day responsibilities changes?
Good question.
Well, that's what they call senior scrum master. Good distinction.
So Sakib, I guess one question I would ask, and I've seen this in other roles too, but is this at the same company or is this different companies kind of having these title variances?
Different companies, let's say.
Mhm.
Because in reality, most of the companies I've worked for, they say, yeah, we are an agile workshop, right? But it's not like, yes, they are doing some, they're doing sprints. They have some sort of agile ceremonies there, but in reality, a lot of those companies, organization, I like to call them agile. They're still in the waterfall mindset, but they have adopted some of those agile ceremonies, right? So I'm interested to know, like, a lot of the times I get job openings on LinkedIn saying they're looking for an agile coach, but agile, just rather than ceremonies, it's a complete mindset, how product owners, how business is looking at delivering values in small increments, right? In what, depending on what value they want to provide first through those deliveries. So kind of interested to know, like, how this just responsibilities wise, it changes from an agile coach versus a senior scrum master.
Yeah, that's a good question because it seems like, and just like I was saying before, Sakib, I think part of this is every organization is a little different in those titles. And then, like you pointed out, that mindset so important, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rohit or Cliff, you guys, or you?
I just put the question link to the coaching circles. One of the coaching circles I go, and I mean, anyone can start their own as well. So it's not like, and how to build coaching skills. I think another idea we discussed in our work was our COP, right? Community of practices. We Scrum Masters within the company. We thought, let's start our internal one. How we can improve, or any questions everyone can have within their teams, we can probably build upon, right? That could be another way to build your skills as a coach.
So have you started COPs at organizations you've been at, Rohit, or been involved with those?
Yeah, so we already have a COP here where I work, but obviously previous companies we always, if there was known, then we created it. But recently we discussed that we let's start doing this coaching circle. Anyone was interested in become a coach, we can obviously, we all have issues, we all have challenges we can discuss. Yeah. So I think that's a good way as well. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyone else been involved like in a COP or?
Sounds like the mindset is something that takes practice. Instead of jumping in and fixing things, to stand back and ask people what they would do to solve their own problems.
I forgot the book's name. I think something Adler, Agile Coaching. I think the first thing she talks about Agile coaching is take it to the team, right?
Lisa Atkins,
rather than solving it.
authors. Yeah.
That's hard, isn't it, though, Sakib?
Yeah.
Sometimes we
And
want to fix it, don't we?
yeah, and I think it's Vasco always says, like, I'm a recovering project manager sometimes in his podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any other framework apart from that framework? Does anyone know any other framework?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too, Rohit. I know, I will say Alicia, if you see on her, she did talk a little bit about they're kind of more just coaching frameworks,
Yes.
some professional coaching. So
Yeah.
So you guys can vote
Okay.
your thoughts. All right. We'll
Click on it. Yeah. Okay.
finish that one off. All right. This kind of, I think will dovetail nicely. Here we go. Where do I begin with coaching certifications? Who wants to start us off?
That was my question. Is this, I guess the main thing is the best place to start is with the ICP ACC or
I would like to add that. I think I did that recently, but more of I think it's better if we have some experience before we do anything. It helps a lot with the discussions and where we do it, and then obviously it's a plus. But I think in my experience, I think it was better because I had experience, so it's better to do that. And then we can talk and we can discuss all this whole framework, and then that's my experience. Yeah, I would suggest to whoever is coming up saying, guys, have some experience, either 1 year or something at least, and then go for certifications. Yeah.
do you need to have a certain number of experience hours to get a certification?
No, that one ICP ACC is more about doing the course, and then participating in the events there. But there is another one which is the expert one. That's more competency based. So that's more longer. So you have to participate in those circles, show your experience. That's more tough. It's more tougher one. That one, yeah, the expert coaching one. The starting one is just you go there and then you do the course and then you get the certification.
So, in terms of certification, I have questions there too, because I just have currently the Scrum Alliance Scrum Master certification, right? So when you look at certification, it's sometimes mind-boggling, like the amount of certifications we have there. You're just looking at this like, okay, do I do this or which one? Like, if you are just looking at your career progression, it depends. There are so many options what you want to be, but what's kind of the general path after Scrum Master certification? Which one would you rather do? Because from me, when I was looking at it, for me, it made sense. Okay, I have Scrum Master. I can probably get a bit, strengthen up my knowledge, getting the advanced Scrum Master or something, then move towards the enterprise agile implementation, which is, I feel like, which is very important sometimes, because you get those teams in silo working in agile, but the from top down mindset from leadership, agile is still not there. So how can we get teams moving in agile methodology where the leadership is not kind of understanding what it needs to be, and that's why it affects from top down bottom approach as well, because the leadership is saying we are agile, but they're not really implementing or trying to get the true values of agile from an organization itself.
So are you, Saqib, talking about more of the kind of coaching up as a coach to talk with those executives and getting them to understand what it really means? Is that kind of where you're talking about? Or?
Yeah.
Because that's a struggle, isn't it, with
Yeah.
trying to get them to understand?
Yeah.
I think what helps is basically with the leadership. What my experience is, don't use more jargon words, all agile words. Agile for them is like basically end of the day they're all here to make profit, right, for the company. And that's what we got paid as well, right? So, and it's more about finding their problems, right, and then seeing how we can solve those problems what they have by not using those jargon words, right? Some velocity, whatever we call it, right? But it's more about finding out what the problems they have, trying to solve them, and obviously following agile values and principles. Yeah, obviously, but coaching them as well. So what are the values? How we can solve them? And yeah, and certification wise, my personal experience, what path I'm following is obviously after doing my CSM, AC, CSM, and CSP. And then after I did my IC Agile ACC, because my goal is at the moment is to go into CTC, CEC path. But after doing IC Agile one, then I'm more focused on ICF credentials, get those ACC first, and then go for CTC, because it's a long journey. It's not like certification. It's again competency based. You have to show the hours. So this is what I like, rather than going on a 2-day course and get the certification, right? Yeah. So they see the experience. They actually have to send the recordings as well for ICF. This is one part of the agile coaching, professional coaching. But everything else is on you learn from your job, or you participating in meetups. Like here we all talking to each other. Supporting each other. That's why this is where I'm going. Yeah. I don't know if anyone different.
When you mentioning your experience from your work, right?
Yes.
Current position. So yeah, that's a bit of a struggle sometimes. What happens is that a lot of position I've worked at, I work as a contractor. So I'll be hired as a Scrum Master, or but once you actually start working in the organization, then you realize that you're doing more of, yes, you're doing sprints, following a couple of agile ceremonies, but a lot of other works you're still working as a PM. So your day-to-day job becomes kind of fixing organization processes they have, issues they have, instead of acting as a true Scrum Master, creating business cases, forecasting, and all those PM responsibilities. You're more involved in that. So that becomes a real challenge.
Yeah, so I think this is everywhere, isn't it? You can't, this challenge is everywhere. But if you see a Scrum Master, our kind of role, a job, what we call it, is about visualization where we are as a team, right? And obviously where work we're doing, and show them, in a visual board, right? This is what we're doing, this is where we are going. It's all depend on, to be honest, the main thing if you want to be agile, for agile is our values, right? And principles. Everything else is a framework. You don't have to follow Scrum. You can use anything else, right? Main thing is our values, that we support each other, right? Yeah. So all those values we have, and principles, we need to follow that. Then we become agile. We don't become agile by using Scrum or Kanban. That's my view. Yeah.
Good point, Rohit.
So I've got a meeting in 3 minutes. So.
All right, Rohit. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
It.
Yeah. Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks, right?
Good luck. Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
So Cliff, are you currently have any certifications, or are you looking to get one, or?
Not in coaching. I've got an ACP and CSM.
Okay.
Plus, I've got 2 stable framework, which kind of a new certification, but it's about operations. It's an agile framework for operations.
And Cliff, what was the distinct difference between the CSM and advanced CSM course or the certification?
The ACP, the Agile Certified Practitioner,
Practitioner. Yeah.
is a lot more focused, of course, not on Scrum, but on Agile principles and upon the 7 knowledge domains of Agile. And of course, the mindset and the manifesto. So it's a lot, I think it's a broader topic.
Okay. Yep. Thinking about, as we are kind of in a lockdown due to COVID, and it's going to be winter, it's going to be a long winter. So I'm going to leverage this time to probably complete another certification, as we have less distractions right now.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
You guys hear me now? I had a little problem with my
Yeah.
microphone. Okay, excellent. I apologize there.
No worries.
I have a wireless headphones, and they decided that battery's done. So all right, we'll finish that one. It looks like we're getting close to our time box. So any before we wrap up here, guys, any closing thoughts or questions? Or
this is good. I like this. I'm getting value from it.
excellent.
Yeah, kind of hearing other people's thoughts on some of those, questions that echo chambers in our head. Nice to know that other people are having the same issues.
Yeah, reach out to me on LinkedIn and let's connect up and
Yeah, that's a good idea.
network.
Yeah,
I will. I'll get this recording out there, and then also too, I'll put Rohit has that coaching circles. If you guys didn't see that in the chat, I'll put that on the video as well. So, but if also too, guys, I don't know if you've seen, we do have. If you want, you can get into the Slack channel. I put a coaching group Slack channel in there. I think some of you might be in there. We have a kind of a question that that we pose, like kind of a question for the week. Kind of try to get a little discussion going there too. So. If you're not in there, let me know.
Is that the same Slack that you had going during the Agile seminar?
It's the same one. I just created like a private channel for the people in the coaching group, just so we can kind of have a private discussion and talk about, different things. So I'll post, like I post our recording with Alicia in there. I posted that in there. I don't know if you saw that. And then I put a question in there just to kind of see if we can get, so if you're not in there, shoot me an email. I can get you added in there. Just send me your name on the Slack, and then I can, get you added. So
what's the name of the channel?
It's coaching. I think I just called it coaching group. So if you're not in there, Cliff, shoot me an email. I'll get you added.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Well, I appreciate everybody's time. We will see. We have some things next week. I think we're doing it early next week because we have Thanksgiving here in the United States, and then I'll look at I got trying to get the 6-week planned out. I should be able to get into that done here pretty soon. And then maybe add a few more lean coffees. So, all right.
Good.
Excellent.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks for everyone joining us early and late in your day.
Yeah.